Bridging the Gap, the reality of an interclass marriage. In today's world, marriage between individuals from different social classes is not just a fairy tale, it's a reality that many couples navigate daily. And let's be honest, it's like mixing champagne with tap water. Sure, you can do it, but don't expect it to go down without a few bubbles and some raised eyebrows. When a person from a wealthy background marries someone who grew up budgeting for the week with pocket change, it's not just about love, it's about survival, learning how to manage clashing worldviews on everything from toothpaste to travel plans. It's a constant game of who moved my cheese? And more importantly, who bought the imported cheese, and why is it the price of rent? Let's start with the bright side. For the partner who grew up on the less affluent side of life, marrying into wealth is like getting a backstage pass to a life they only saw in magazines. Think of it, no more checking your account balance before paying for coffee, no more choosing between groceries or electricity. Goodbye instant noodles, hello filet mignon. You now live in a home where the plumbing doesn't sound like a horror movie, and vacations no longer involve staycations, or a visit to your cousin's backyard pool. You've officially upgraded from window shopping to actual shopping. But for the wealthier partner, this isn't just a one-way street of generosity. They gain something that money can't buy: perspective. They suddenly realize that not everyone considers champagne a household necessity. Shocking, I know. They develop a new appreciation for things like saving for a rainy day, or, as they now understand it, saving for when every day felt rainy. Most importantly, they learn empathy and develop an awareness of social inequality that no luxury yacht could ever offer. It's humbling, and sometimes downright eye-opening, to discover that you've lived in a bubble your whole life, and now your spouse has popped it. Of course, it's not all sparkly new wardrobes and spontaneous overseas getaways. Reality creeps in. That reality includes both partners learning, very quickly, that they'll need more than just love to bridge the gap between their two worlds. One of the first hurdles? Learning elite manners and etiquette. Who knew there was a correct way to hold a fork? Or that some people actually care about which bread plate is yours? The poor partner may have been perfectly fine with using one knife for everything, but suddenly, there's a fish knife, a butter knife, and an entire ensemble of silverware laid out like a tactical operation. Meanwhile, the wealthier spouse tries, sometimes unsuccessfully, to introduce concepts like fine dining without making their partner feel like they're trapped in a never-ending episode of Downton Abbey. Then, there's the money issue. It's not that either partner doesn't understand the value of money, it's just that they were raised to see it differently. The partner who grew up with less may instinctively stockpile canned goods just in case, reuse aluminum foil until it's practically see-through, and wonder why anyone would ever spend hundreds on a single handbag. The wealthier partner, on the other hand, might think nothing of dropping the same amount on a whim. After all, that's what credit cards are for, right? It's an endless dance of do we really need that versus why not splurge? Grocery shopping can become a battleground of philosophy. While one partner is busy calculating price per ounce on everything, the other is happily filling the cart with the most organic, gluten-free, pasture-raised whatever available. Cue the side-eye and whispered, "We could buy a small country with what we're spending on chia seeds." Speaking of spending, joint gift-giving is a whole new level of chaos. The poorer partner might think a heartfelt, handmade gift is perfect for a birthday, while the wealthier spouse is trying to figure out if $100 is enough for a present. And then there are social events. His family expects fine dining, and hers thinks potluck is the only dining. As you might imagine, bridging this culinary divide takes serious diplomatic skills, or at least a neutral party to cater. And then there's the elephant in the room: family expectations. On one side, the poorer partner's family might start expecting their wealthy in-law to sprinkle their fortune like fairy dust, especially when financial needs arise. On the other side, the wealthier family might be a little suspicious, wondering whether love was the only thing their golden child married for. It can feel like a constant tightrope walk between being seen as either a gold digger or a martyr. The key to surviving this balancing act? Patience. And maybe a solid sense of humor. Despite the challenges, when both partners are willing to learn, adapt, and grow together, an interclass marriage can be incredibly rewarding. They find that their differences, instead of driving them apart, become the source of shared laughter, unexpected lessons, and new ways of seeing the world. The wealthy partner learns to appreciate the joy of a great bargain, while the poorer partner learns that sometimes it's okay to indulge without guilt. At its core, a marriage between two people from different social classes isn't just about money, it's about merging two distinct perspectives on life. Sure, there are hiccups, like whether or not you really need a $12 artisanal loaf of bread, but in the end, these couples are bridging not just the financial gap, but also the gap in understanding. And if they can laugh through the awkward dinner parties and the occasional misstep in spending, they'll find that their marriage isn't just a meeting of two worlds, it's a whole new world they're building together.